Hello, hello. Can you hear me okay? Hi, Carrie. Can you hear me okay? Hmm. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me okay? Hmm. Put something in the chat if you can hear me or if you can't hear me.
Hi, Matthew.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Oh, my sound must be wrong.
I can hear you now.
Sound.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, hello. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Oh boy. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me okay, Carrie?
Matthew, can you hear
Yes,
me?
ma'am. Yes.
Neil, something wrong with this. Okay, but there's something wrong with the sound. I can't hear you. Are you muted?
No.
Huh.
Here, let me try to do this. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Let me just
Right.
check your sound. See.
Can you hear me?
Right
Can you hear
here.
me?
So
No?
input.
Something on your
edit.
side, Carrie.
Oops.
Right, that's going in. You can see it is. You could turn it up a little.
Okay, wait. Output. Mac speakers.
Can you guys hear me
Or
now?
is it because of this is plugged in?
No.
Well, I've been having trouble with this mic thing.
Where's the? That's up.
Yeah.
So,
I can't hear him.
go back to your main page. Ah, see if there's anything muted on this.
And
Check one.
it looks
Check
like you
one.
can hear me. You can hear me? Okay, but where are the other two people?
Go back there.
Just me.
Sorry, you can't hear me? don't
I
know
can
what to
hear
do.
you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Golly. Oh.
What are you doing?
Just checking. That is input. So I don't know where the output is on here. It's not usually an output setting on this Zoom, is there?
No.
I would say call back in, end it and call back in or something.
You think it's my end, your audio is something or other. Hold on.
Just check one thing. Bring up something that has sound, like a YouTube video or something, so we can check your sound is working.
How do you do that? You mean just
bring up-
play a video?
Yeah, just play a video. Just anything from.
Okay, but this
YouTube.
is actually, I already went live, I think. Soon has to be, it's here.
That's working. That's weird. Go back to his page.
Okay, what is this? What? I've never seen that lobby. Oh, two participants.
Turn that thing off. Blur my background. You don't want that.
Oh, two participants. Invite. No, it says show the participants. Okay, hold on a second.
Admit.
Piece, I believe it's on you.
Yeah.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me
Okay,
now?
hello?
Hello, can you
It's
hear
not
me?
here.
I still don't get where are the other people.
They're not here. Hold on.
Can you type as to what happened to our other guests? Type in the chat and
Yes.
explain. You're
Yes.
nodding. I don't- What? Don't,
No, look.
no.
What is that? That's the one go here. Oh, that's
No,
fine.
that's not.
Okay, that's
We're live. You know, I'm technically live, but I'm not. I don't have my camera on. Okay, so, but we don't have any sound. What's going on? I don't see.
Let me see if the live stream's coming out.
Oh, I mean, why do you invite these people and then everything goes wrong every single time? I don't understand. I mean, maybe we should just reschedule if that's going to be the case. I mean, are you prepared to cover everything they were going to talk about or whatever? Can you hear me? Are you prepared to talk about what? Okay, fine. All right, well, no problem then. Let's just figure out why I can't hear you. Jesus. I'm looking at this. It looks normal. The hell is going on? I think I gotta unplug my mic. Maybe I need to plug my mic in a different.
I'm on that she's having audio problems.
Yeah,
So as soon as it comes
Yeah.
on, she's gonna hear me loud and clear.
something's wrong with it. It's plugged in the wrong place. You do
Huh?
that?
Oh,
There you go. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes. Something
Okay, I can hear me.
weird with this. I've had.
Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? You can hear me?
Yes.
but your mic
Oh,
is
yay.
Right now.
Okay.
I can.
All right.
But
Awesome.
is that connected to my computer? It says I took out a disk.
yes. You unplugged this. This is the disk drives.
Well,
The microphone is plugged into that. This is the microphone.
which one is my microphone? That one. Okay, so this needs to be in this. That needs to go over there.
Oh, it's working.
I don't want that disk on anyway. I don't know what the problem is. Now, is this working now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent. Okay. So something weird is the connection. My connector's in the back of my computer, something weird. Okay. Now, wait. Don't
Would you
touch
like
any.
for me to send, would you like for me to send you an 11-page slide
It
deck?
is, it's working. He can hear me and it's live.
Yes, I can hear you.
So that's all
Yes.
right.
No,
Yes.
you can't hear him again.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, Carrie.
Just
I
turn
can
it off
hear
again.
you.
No.
Why did he stop? Did
Just-
you touch something?
No, let's just go to.
We can't hear you
No,
again.
I know why.
Why?
Hold on.
Input is supposed to be Yeti.
It is correct. That is an output. Is your main speakers. Well,
You
just
touched something.
No, you plug the mic in. That's it.
No, and then it started working.
I know.
Well,
Just
Can
have
you
that.
guys hear me now?
Yeah.
This input for some reason is cancelling the input. So we just have to
So
work.
can you guys hear me now?
Can't use my.
Right now the mic is
Why
not.
can't I use my Yeti?
Well, because when I plug it in, it can't.
Well, maybe there's something wrong with that thing. Can you plug that into that little
No,
strip?
because that's how it was. So forget it. Just use it as it is now and forget the mic for now.
I always use my.
Well, I don't know
Yes.
why that isn't.
And it always was.
I know. Cancelling it every time we plug it in. So don't bother. No, you'll just turn him off again if you plug that in.
Yeah, maybe that socket's broken. Hold on. Talk.
Hello. Can you guys hear
You
me?
can hear me, and I've got my Yeti plugged in.
Yeah, but it might cancel out in a second.
Okay. Well, it just gave me 2 messages, but I can't read them because
Right.
they're gone already.
Shall-
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, Carrie.
That'd be cool.
No, but now we can't hear you. What
So
is
get-
going on? You have it on aggregate or some crazy setting.
I don't. It said it was fine, but let's just unplug it
All right.
because now we're not going to be able to.
Okay, so we have people here. I don't know if they can hear us or not.
Where's
I
the
was
They
link?
can hear you.
you can hear me, but that's not what I was saying. My audience, they are chatting. Oh, they hear me. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay, whatever. Let me just get this going here where I have that.
I'm going to guess that your audience can also hear me then. Can they hear me?
Let me see what they have to
Have
say.
you posted the link anywhere yet? Because it's not in Telegram.
No, good point. Here I will.
All right.
Okay, copy. 1 second. Sorry about this. Seems that the whole day has gotten so convoluted, but live. So, Matthew, what's your last name?
Hazen, Hazen.
Okay. Okay, now we're live. And now I gave it to my Telegram, so at least they know. And okay, I'm sorry for the confusion here. It's very, I don't know why everything happened the way it is. Chat. Um, What? Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Carrie Cassidy from Project Camelot. Very happy to be here today. We had some wild connection ever since I've left town. Then I come back and my computer is completely different. And what happens is I think someone sneaks in and, messes with my computer when I'm gone and, the spies, the CIA, the NSA, whoever they are, because every time I go away and come back, everything is all screwed up. But anyway, so what I am here with Matthew Hazen, and he is I guess, the founder CEO of Masterpiece, and he worked with Dr. Robert Young, and the two of them came up with this, I guess, concoction, but he's going to tell us more about it. And I've had him on my show before. So there are interviews, other interviews on Rumble if you're interested in searching for all of them. And we have 2 guests that were supposed to be here. It's like a comedy of errors. One person, again, has left on a plane, and the other person had some kind of family accident. So that's the situation. So Matthew is going to cover everything they were going to cover. Welcome, Matthew. Sorry for the confusion and the slow start.
It's okay, Carrie. You know what? If that's the worst thing that happens to us on a given day, we're going to be okay, right?
Right.
With how crazy the world is and with all the
Yes.
possibilities and realities we could be in, right?
That's right.
Awesome. We could be the most innocent man on earth and be in prison completely falsely and targeted like Dr. Robert Young is right now,
Exactly.
unfortunately. So it could be worse. Where would you like for me to begin? I can brief everybody up before we can get
Give
to what's really
yourself-
current.
Okay, give yourself a short background, a few sentences. Okay. And, so that people understand why you would even be involved in this kind of health product. And
Yeah.
then also introduce the guests we were supposed to have and explain why
Okay.
they're going to come on the show and how you're going to cover for them.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to start with them first. Caroline Mansfield was going to be on our show today. She is Masterpiece is made by a company that I am CEO for called Human Consciousness Support. She is our study coordinator, and what Caroline has done is completed 5 different studies that she was mentored in it was coordinated by Dr. Robert Young's guidance, and she has a very good understanding of the details of the studies that we have coming up and the results and findings, but I can easily cover that. The other gentleman and the other person that was going to be on the show is a gentleman named Monchil Pavlov. He goes by Manu. He has traveled the world since 2021. He has been a part of some major documentaries and studies studying the phenomena of human beings emitting Bluetooth signals, or what we would call media access control numbers. And so he is the leading technical expert on that. He carries around an enormous plethora of the most highest tech gadgets that he can do a lot of really comprehensive analysis on what these signals are, what the capabilities of them are. And he's also been helping us to test the product Masterpiece and its unique ability to be the only proven product in the world now to be able to stop, disengage, and disable these Bluetooth emitting signals from a person that previously was having the signal. So, and I can go over what he's going to go over too. When it comes to me, I'm just a very curious guy that's always wanted to do whatever I could find and be a part of whatever group I could find to help make our world better. I've always been that way before I was anywhere on the level of the reality of the type of evil that is running this world. I was always wanting people, I was always thinking about doing nonprofits, thinking people were starving everywhere and wanting to solve world hunger. And, it found me. I was always been a very, tried to take good care of myself. And I was a part of a platform, and their name was Life Force, and they were supposed to be making the world a better place. And I believed in what that group at that time. They were a broke platform and needed to find a way to monetize their platform. And I thought, well, I'm pretty good at businesses and different ideas. I said, if we're going to be saving the world and doing the type of interviews, kind of like you were doing, I said, we should probably, if we're going to monetize, it's got to be with something that's going to benefit people and change their world. And I was familiar with the Nano Zeolite company that had an unusual amount of people that would start to dream again. They would start to, all the signs that your third eye or your pineal gland is functioning again better, or at least better than it was. And unfortunately, the owners of that product it found out that they had biotechnology patents and that they were traveling the world, going to the World Economic Forum and to the uh, Davos Group, and they were trying to sell their biotechnology patents to, find investors. And I thought, well, that product's corrupted. So, I told the group, I said, hey, I'm going to make a product. And I started really looking into nanocolloidal formulas. And it was a very unique story. Long story short, got a hold of a gentleman who was the chief scientific officer of Kansas State University, whose patents in lipid nanoparticles were actually being used in Pfizer. And he was having a tremendous emotional issue from the reality that his life's work, being the founder to a nano lab called Forest Biotech, and all of his uh, work in nanotechnology and was being used to harm humanity on a massive scale. And because of that, little old broke me with a pipe dream ended up becoming very good friends with him. And he did a lot of reverse engineering, a lot of formulation processes that would have cost any other company a fortune. And he did it for free with me. And he had me in his nano lab. So I got to learn every device there is in a nano lab, and one of the most leading edge nano labs in the country at the time, which was 3 labs spread through Kansas State University. And so I knew, you name the device, I can tell you its reasoning, it's the methodology behind whatever type of reverse engineering could be done. I am an expert at that kind of stuff. The formula of Masterpiece was born, and everyone taking it was claiming, immediately profound dream clarity, dream lucidity, much improved sleep, a lot more daily joy, a lot of issues. Obviously, we know we're feeling sick and our health is declining because we're being poisoned. We all know this inherently. That speaks to us. And so, in that being rational, we would say, well, then if there is something out there that was truly getting out these nano-sized toxins and it was working, wouldn't we be experiencing the upliftment or improvement in our overall health to validify it? And that's what we were seeing with Masterpiece. And so I was approached one day. The company was about 2 months old, and this woman named Caroline Mansfield, who is a very experienced study coordinator, the woman that, yes, was supposed to be on today's show, and she's been on your show a few times. And she called me out of the blue and she said, hey, listen, I've been working in this COVID vaccine injury clinic in the United Kingdom. We're using your product and everything else. We're throwing the kitchen sink at this blood, trying to get it cleaned up. She's a live blood analysis expert too. She's a naturopath. She's a famous speaker. So she has a big old long resume. And she said, hey, listen, I am seeing that Masterpiece is working the best to immediately clean up the blood. I found a lab, she told me, in Germany, it was IGL Labs, that tests for graphene oxide, that tests for hydrogel, and that tests for all these forever chemicals. Intracellular level tests, meaning inside the cell, meaning it's so small, it's the nano size. A cell is about 7,500 nanometers. If something's going to be able to enter into a cell, it has to have the proper magnetic charge, but just as importantly, needs to be small enough. And so something has to be 100. If this is a cell, it needs to be about 150 nanometers or smaller. And so it was testing the inside the cell, which means the nano level instead of just the micrometer level. And I agreed to do the study. She made me keep her name private at the time. She was very worried about the riskiness of doing tests on human beings of graphene oxide levels and what that could bring apart with agencies and whatnot. And we started what was Masterpiece's initial pilot study, a first and only an unprecedented study in the world, where we showed the intracellular levels before taking Masterpiece and then after taking Masterpiece for 90 days. The results were about a 70% reduction in graphene oxide levels. When it came to polyethylene glycol, what you would know it known as hydrogel, we had about a 50% reduction. We had about a 65% reduction in levels of polypropylene, which is another component of these silicon-based graphene biosystems that we're now finding in the human body. And with those type of results, I was in shock. I realized I was just a little family guy in the middle of Kansas that was, I had left Life Force. Life Force showed their true colors, showed that they were more concerned about money and screwing each other over instead of saving the world. Based
Okay,
on
but
that,
I just want to be a little careful because this lets a disclaimer. Let's have a disclaimer here. I have a disclaimer in the credits after the show or attached to the show, but I just want to make sure that there's not going to be any issues with you naming them and accusing them
oh
of
no,
these things.
they're
Okay?
not even working anymore. They're not even going anymore. So
I
yeah.
thought they were. I have
What?
colleagues that sell their products. I think.
No, they don't have other products. No. We'll talk afterwards. It's not the same people.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
maybe I
they've
have
never had
them
other. Yeah,
confused
yeah.
with
You do.
another
You do.
program. Okay.
Yes, no worse, no worse. Yeah, I promise they've never sold a product. So now with that being there, I knew from that clinical study that we had something amazing on our hands for humanity, and I didn't feel I could handle it. I didn't have any experience in it. So I asked Caroline Mansfield and I said, Caroline, it was her and Dr. Carrie Madej that was on the phone when we got the results. Everybody was crying. Everybody was breaking down. The implications of what this meant for humanity was shocking all of us. And I said, Caroline, what do I do? Literally, that's what I told her. I said, this is way over my pay grade at this point. And she said, there's this guy, and his name is Dr. Robert Young, and you need to get a hold of him, and you need to show him these results, and he'll know what to do. And thus my friendship with Dr. Robert Young and his involvement with Masterpiece came along. And since then, he is absolutely by his peers known as a master expert nanocolloidal formulator of our time. He has developed nano products for Tony Robbins' company, PH Miracle, Interlight, the list goes on and on, New Skin, billion-dollar companies. It's all his formulas. And, you know, he made Masterpiece 100 times better than what it was back then. He definitely improved the formula. And in the end, what you get with the Masterpiece formula is something that is in every way testable, about 99.5% identical. And if we want to go into it, the pH, the electrical charge, or what's called the millivolt charge, fancy names, the oxidative reduction potential, the molecular composition of it. So what it is, and the ratio of minerals to water. It is 99.7% identical to our blood. Think about that. Think about how biocompatible that is. You're taking a product that your body recognizes as itself. It is so safe and seen by your body as so compatible that the tricky part is in the formula, and this is what I call the most brilliant nature science that there is. Just think about magnetism, everybody, and you're going to find out in about 30 seconds how Masterpiece works. Think purely in terms of magnetism when we know opposites attract. Zeolite is the most negative magnet charge mineral in the world. Now, minerals are positive charged, the opposite, and so are toxins. Poisons are positively charged things. That's why. So, what we do with Masterpiece is get the zeolite down to below 1 nanometer, much smaller than what even the nefarious made poisons that are created to contaminate your body and destroy your health and mind. We make our safe zeolite even smaller than them, so it goes even deeper. But we're coated with minerals. So the zeolite carries the minerals into your body. Then when the zeolite finds a stronger, more harming, positive charged poison, the poison hits the Masterpiece, which bonds to the zeolite, which discharges the mineral where the body needs the mineral the most, right where the toxin had just been removed. And that's why with Masterpiece, people aren't getting the Herxheiming and detox reactions that you would normally expect with a nanometer-sized zeolite product. And they're getting these significant improvements because the fact of the matter is, our bodies are using toxins or minerals. They take residence up in the same place, but we get toxin rich in our bodies because toxins have a stronger positive charge, thus get stuck stronger. And so then at that point, people say, why am I mineral deficient? Because you're toxin rich. You got toxins where your minerals are supposed to be. You drink your minerals and it just goes right through your body. But now with Masterpiece, you're going to be able to get those toxins out and replace them with the minerals that your body needs. And that's why we've done here. We have a hair test study that anybody can join up on the website with over 500 people in 22 countries. No other company is doing these type of clinical studies. And we have some major ones coming up that we have the biggest documentary teams right now that are coming together to work on. One is actually ready right now called Homo Naturalis. It's by David Icke's production team, and it is going over the media access control and all that. Another one is done by the Died Suddenly crew, the filming company that did Died Suddenly and The Greatest Reset and Kill Shot, big documentaries. They are doing it, and their film is going to be called Nano Sapiens. And in this, they are going to be taking a gentleman named Jesse Beltran. He is known as a leading expert, if there ever was one, when it came to the Havana syndrome and to this new age MK Ultra on steroid stuff, what I call the Brain Initiative, because that's what Barack Obama had signed into Congress, where $1 billion a year is allocated in America to every gain of function nano lab, university nano lab that they have, private sector. The Brain Initiative started off at 434 million a year and quickly became $1 billion a year. And what does evil people leveraging the resources and research and development in all of the universities across the United States come up with $1 billion when they are sole focused on controlling us from the inside out? That's what we're trying to figure out. That's a big question. We have equipment that some countries don't even allow you to turn on. I'm talking about a nonlinear junction scanner where, Carrie, I'm going to tell you something. This is the reality. Out of everybody that Jesse has scanned, everybody has had implants. They have silicon-based electronic circuitry in them right now. I'm really not supposed to say the word implant, so I'm going to back that up because they turn that into making a medical claim. But these silicone-based electronic circuits that are emitting and receiving signals that can be measured. They are in the same locations. If you are a civilian, if you are a government employee or military, they are in the same locations for those people too. So you have two types of patterns. And the lowest amount of implants that they have found so far was coincidentally Joe Rogan's best friend, Sean Johnson, on his podcast with Jesse. Jesse scanned him and he only had 5 implants. Most people have about 14. And what we have seen with Masterpiece is it disables and stops these signals. And now we're about to enter into a test with up to 100 people. We don't know the exact turnout, but it's going to start on November 19th. We are going to be taking our study participants and we're going to be giving them a heart rate variability test at the beginning to see how healthy their overall body is. That's a very effective way to know the health of someone, a heart rate variability test or HRV test. We are going to be getting their exact Bluetooth emitting signals, and we're going to check them for their implants and it says how strong each individual implant works. Alex Jones on the Alex Jones show, or whatever his show is, InfoWars, I don't know what it is, but Jesse was on his show 2 weeks ago, and Alex had 7 of these silicone-based electronic circuitries on him. And he's been working out a lot, trying to get into shape. He obviously, he's lost about 80 pounds now. So, but Sean Johnson had 5. Everybody else has 11 to 14 implants. I'm going to be taking my kids down who have been on Masterpiece and are healthy. And me too. I take a lot of Masterpiece, and we're going to see how many implants I have. See how good Masterpiece is working for the owner, right? That's kind of a good way to test if something's working. So nobody else is putting their stuff to the test like that. Yeah, so we have that current hair test study. We are just now publishing on an aluminum study that was an intracellular level aluminum study that had a total of 27 study participants. We were going to be showing the charts and graphs for that aluminum study on today's show, but Caroline's mom fell and broke some ribs, and she's in the emergency room with her right now, and she can't even move. She's in so much pain. She's just like, Matt, I just can't. And she's never backed out before, but she had to. So it was Manu last time. But with the aluminum study results, the baseline or the beginning numbers compared to the final numbers, this is in a double-blinded, peer-reviewed article covering this study. There was an 80% reduction or lowering of the intracellular levels of aluminum. And as most of your audience is aware of, intracellular aluminum toxicity is probably the most #1 reason why we see the autism rates at what they are, why we see the severe forms of dementia and people's brain fog issues. Aluminum toxicity is aluminum adjuvants or provokers is what they use in all vaccines to supposedly make them work better. We know that that's not the case. So aluminum toxicity is mercury toxicity on steroids. And we have shown that there is a product out there that you carry for everybody, that you take yourself. Trust me, I know, I send it to you. And that is being able to keep the aluminum levels inside of your body, which you're getting if you're taking the wrong deodorant. You're getting in some of the food. They have aluminum oxide in some of the food. It's ridiculous. In the herbicides and the pesticides, especially. So when you're dealing with that level of heavy metal poisoning, to have something that can keep the levels carved out of you that low when you're constantly reinfected and bombarded with new amounts of it means you have something that will allow you to have a higher level of energy and be able to perform and be able to feel better. I think a lot of us, Carrie, it's going to take men standing up and actually realizing there's no place to hide here. What they're trying to bring against everybody, they're not giving us any quarter. They're not letting us go anywhere. And with that fact in mind, the fact that guys will not stand up and try to come up with a way that we can get this huge problem of a half of a 1% or less of people that are, controlling, manipulating, programming us out at wraps. And Masterpiece allows you a big step forward in being able to care again, to be able to get a lot of the apathy out of your habits, and get your energy levels up so that you can do your part and contribute in changing our world and making it a better place. So that was basically a pretty big rundown. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. Now I'm I'm noticing that I don't really have a link to as an affiliate for people to purchase, using a code or however it is. Is there some kind of code that they can use that where I get credit for the sale for you, and for
Um,
me?
yes, absolutely. Yeah, and they're going to want to put the code in so that they pay the lesser cost too. That's kind of the main thing. They need to, if they just go
Right.
to the website and order, they're going to unfortunately pay $57.99. But if they use your coupon code, do you know what your coupon code is? It should probably be
It
like
seems to have disappeared. So I don't know, I'm not sure the disconnect, but that's
if you want to talk for about 30 seconds, I can probably get it for you.
okay, that'd be great.
Okay.
So okay, so I use Masterpiece, and I can say that it's very good. I can tell now. I can tell that even though I didn't take the jab, I have the tests when they did the tests. So I'm just going to say that I didn't quite take the test, but I did a certain thing, but probably didn't work completely because if I go in a crowded area, like say I go on a plane or I go to a restaurant, that evening or the following morning, I will feel the nano moving through my system. I know it sounds like you're not supposed to be able to do that, but I do. I can, and I actually keep the nano graphene oxide, and the other thing he mentioned, it probably is part of it, at bay because I take it instantly. And so I highly recommend it. It works for me. And what's happening, and you should watch my shows with Dr. David Adair, who has done at least 3 shows with me, and they're on Project Camelot, and on my Rumble channel, I believe, where he is describing the process of how the nano graphene oxide package that you got when you took the tests or the jabs. So the tests contain the nanographene oxide. We actually photographed it on a unopened swab, and I've done presentations on this, and it's there. The strands, you can see them growing. Um, Carrie Madej, she did a test on a microscope with those strands and with her own that she found, it found in the swab, and it started to lift up out of the petri dish, and look at her, scared the shit out of her. She ran out of her lab, destroyed everything, and from then on she's been testifying to that effect. So this is real. This is absolutely a takeover, and I call it, it's a genetic engineering takeover. So it's turning your body from a carbon-based life form into a silicon-based, and that information is from Dr. David Adair. And he goes into great detail on my 3 interviews with him. So you absolutely should watch those interviews. And he's a fun guy and he's brilliant. So you won't be wasting your time whatsoever. But yeah, Matthews and his Masterpiece, and that Dr. Robert O. Young is also one of the, I don't know if he's a co-founder, but he was very involved, is my understanding,
All
because
the
I
way.
also interviewed Dr. Robert O. Young for many years, many times, especially during the COVID years. So you can find all of those interviews on it's either my Odyssey or it's on my Telegram, of course, but it's on, the platforms that I have, which is my website, Odyssey, and Rumble. And most recent for the last 3 to 5 years are on Rumble. Okay. And Odyssey has the older videos. I was recently given a channel that was supposed to give me back my YouTube channel, but they only gave me 11 videos. So I'm now trying to hire somebody to take my videos that were sucked up, luckily, by Odyssey, but no one goes to Odyssey. So we have a problem there. I don't know why they don't go there as much. They just don't. But I want to put my videos and copy them over to a YouTube channel so that I have those videos back, since they claim they're giving your channels back. Anyway, that I was taking up the time there with my explanation, but it's, the David Adair stuff is really important. But go ahead.
Yeah. No, he is right. He is a very good source for credible, accurate information. So, and that's exactly what they're wanting to do. They're wanting to make us into silicone with an E on the end of it, based, which means you are more of a circuit board. That is the components of a circuit board. So when you're dealing with the highest level tech that picks up signals, not just every type of frequency and signal there is, forcing open or hacking open a signal, as you're looking at nonlinear scanners. You're about $22,000 to $50,000 devices. And there is an incredible man. His name is Jesse Beltran, who is all on events, always traveling, always scanning people to help them see what's going on with there. And the scanner measures silicone based. And so it has a harmonic that brings it to find out the signal. And then it tells you if it's an oxidized metal or something that is not a silicone-based metal, or if it is a silicone-based electronic circuitry, and exactly where it's at. And so with that information, he's very good at keeping the what he's saying simple so people can understand it. He is a powerhouse who is really known as the leading expert in the targeted individual phenomena, the real targeted individuals, the Havana syndrome. He has been scanning people with JamPro RF scanners for a long time to pick up this information. And he would be someone that you would really have a good time giving one of your great interviews to, Carrie, because the amount of information he gives to people is a powerhouse. He will be on the Alex Jones show again on the 27th. He was on there a couple weeks ago as well with Joe Rogan's good friend, who's just a best friend that started up his own show. He goes on his show too. So he will be being filmed behind the scenes for the upcoming documentaries. And, it's so important that the world and these people in it are waking up, and they are. I'm actually at grocery stores. I'm actually at places, and, you can kind of say things that you probably would have been a tinfoil hat person 4 or 5 years ago. And most people are like, they'll respond with something. It may not be, you kind of throw someone a little bit and see what they come back with. And, you actually get someone biting on it and saying, yeah, I heard this too. Even if it's just something silly like red dyes in food. But people are realizing, like, look, our reality is getting skewed. What they want to believe is happening with protests or not, and who's really behind them or not. All this, we don't know. We have politicians more than ever talking out of both sides of their neck in a way that is even real exacerbated compared to the way it's always been, obviously. But we are seeing an uptick in how they are trying to get us to believe, to hate each other, to destroy each other. They really need us divided and separated. They don't want us to feel connected. They don't want you healthy. Masterpiece, anybody, there may be a lot of people here that aren't aware, but when you're a brand new company, and the FDA and the FTC and Health Canada and TSA over in Asia and Australia and all these regulation bodies converge on you, your payment processors all try to go take you out within a 2-week period, and you see the choreography behind what they do. that should tell us that maybe this company's product is something that we should give a try to, because maybe they're flying over the right target. Because the fact of the matter is, we're in a world that is completely monetized by people sick and not well. There's really no money in people healing. They don't go buy over the counter drugs. They don't go to their doctors. They don't get cancer. All the things that are big money makers don't happen in a healthy, thriving world. And so when something comes along that actually removes the root cause of why we're sick on the levels and why we're in a worldwide health epidemic that we are, which is these new nano level toxins. The way we're poisoned with radiation and with chemicals, that's the reason you feel like crap, people. Period. End of story. If you don't have that stuff in you, or if you're getting the levels of everything from what's in the jabs or whatever, but everything else out of you, you don't get sick like you used to. When you do, you get over it real quick. A lot of things about your habits change. You feel good enough, you might even go for a walk when you normally wouldn't, or anything else that is healthy. And they don't want you to do that. They don't want you to return to nature. They want you to believe that you need all of your companionship in your phone. They need you completely disabled mentally, for lack of a better word, for them to even have a chance here. And so Masterpiece doesn't just throw a wrench in the depopulation agenda, in the transhumanism agenda, in the poisoning agenda. It tackles all three. So yeah, it's you're dealing with something that is $1 a day, folks, and it has no known negative harmful side effects from a company that has done third-party tested all different types of clinical studies. Any way that you could measure or do a study on a detox product, we've done. We've tested the blood, intracellular levels of blood, hair twice, urine twice. We've done all these stuff, MAC address phenomena, stopping the signal. No one else has done that work. No one believes in their products enough to do that work. We did this on a shoestring budget. We're going to keep doing it. And we're doing it. Why do we know how to do this stuff? Because it is very high level what we're doing. Real simple. Robert Young. He knows what this product can do because he made it. I was a part of the original formulators. There was a lot of people that went into it, right? It's not just one person in a lab. I mean, you got someone researching like I did with Matt Senna. You got so many people that made it happen. But Robert Young was the final formulator, which transformed the product into a perfect product to leave your body, remove the toxins and leave your body alkalized, nourished, and and you know, replace your body with the minerals it needs after it takes out the toxins and alkalize your body with an alkalizing formula. It's recipe for a new you.
Okay, so are you still able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's just that, we had some issues before and I just want to make sure it's working. So, uh, what are you doing right now in terms of, um, you know, the way you're promoting your product? Are you doing, like, do you do conferences? Do you have tables at conferences, that sort of thing?
We have tried those expos and events. A lot of the movement is the wellness company or products that are being made at the Global Healing Institute, which is, Dr. Group. And, instead of these companies seeing Masterpiece as a master companion product to their supplement line, like, hey, your products are going to work better for people if their bodies are depoisoned properly. They instead don't use that logic and instead see it as a threat. So, kind of like the real people that are really for the truth and what's best for people, you, SGT Report, Patriot Street Fighter, Crow 77, there's a good list of them. Sherry Beal, I can on and on. And, they're with us because they know it works for people and that's all they care about. The other people that use their proclamation that they're for humanity and they're trying to help heal the world, so long as it doesn't interrupt their pocketbook, those people don't like Masterpiece and they make up any kind of lie. And then they hope the people don't go and research what's really behind Masterpiece and the scientific data and the real results. So they just kind of go into a character assassination, typical tactic thing, make up fraudulent, ridiculous videos with microscopes claiming that it's Masterpiece and that kind of stuff that you see in this truther movement all too often, so-called truther
Okay.
movement.
Now a person in the chat, I don't know if you're able to see the chat of the live show. We're on Rumble, by the way. And is asking, do you think we're going to make it in the future? They are, I don't know, they're very worried about the future. Do you have anything to say about that?
Absolutely. There's a lot to be worried about. No matter what type of religious beliefs or anything, I think we can all agree we are in those end time apocalyptic times. I mean, if someone doesn't see that, they're not got eyes to see anything. And I have a tremendous amount of hope. I have little babies. For me, the many people in our company, we're all putting it on the line, and we're not doing it because we don't see that there is hope. I know that a critical part of their game plan to pull off their sick technocracy, there's a bunch of words for it. The most important part of their game plan and the reason why they poisoned us from everywhere, every direction, in the highest levels they could without just looking overtly like they're doing democide, is poisoning us. They need to poison us. Without those poisons in us, without us third eye blind, uh, you know, they can't. The rest of their plan falls apart. And if you feel better, you're going to think better. You're going to have a higher consciousness. You're going to walk into the stores with a different attitude. You're going to walk into work. You're going to be a part of your community. You're going to be better to your loved ones. And so raising your consciousness by depoisoning you, if it was done, if everybody in the world was on Masterpiece, our world would be taken back by us the next day. That's the fact of the matter is. If all the men that have time to watch their phones about what's supposedly happening out there felt so good that they were instead calling, organizing things, figuring out a way not to be so connected to the technology that they want you and need you to be relying upon in the first place, all that stuff starts correcting themselves, being in the nature, and all that happens when you depoison yourself. That's how critical it is for them
Yes.
yeah. So Masterpiece gets that out. Is it going to make you lose all the weight and you're going to look 30 years younger? No, not going to happen. Not with just Masterpiece. No such thing as a magic bullet. Will it carve out a lot of the symptoms of energy, brain fog, sleep quality, a lot of those things that are being drastically, unfortunately, affected by the poisons? Yeah, yeah, it'll do that in the physical for you. And then from there, you got to do your own work and you got to figure out how you're going to contribute because it is going to, I will say this, the amount of people and what we're doing right now isn't going to be enough. We need more people awake. We need more people feeling good that are awake so that we can really get this thing taken care of. And I think that we could in a very short amount of time. The amount of environmental pollution out there that is really stressing the planet and stressing all things and making it worse, that stuff can be cleaned up with Masterpiece, with other things too, that if
Right.
we had a group of people that were sending it out the same way they want to poison us with the air, you know. So
I agree. So I would say that actually, I'm a precog and I've seen the future and it keeps coming true. So I actually think that yes, we are going to make it and that this world is going to get better. And I do believe that a lot of what Trump and the White Hats are doing will be successful. So it's a little, unstable right now, and they're about to do a financial reset type thing. So we're moving in a new direction, but the Earth needs to move in a new direction. Humanity needs to move in a new direction. So this is not all negative. And I think that when I've seen the future, it's looking like, humans are stepping up. They're learning how to be warriors. They're learning how to get stronger. And of course, Masterpiece is part of that process. So thank you again for being on the show. And thanks everyone for watching. Sorry for the troubled start, but we got here anyway and persisted. So thanks again
You're
for
always
being here.
you're
and
always
take
nice
care.
to me, Carrie. You're like the toughest interviewer out there. So many people scared to go and get interviewed by you, and
Uh,
because you pull no punches, and you're always so nice to me.
Well, actually, I mean, you're very well informed for one thing, and you're associated with Dr. Robert Young. And so, of course, I have raked him over the coals in, other interviews and really gone down the rabbit hole with him. And he has, all of his knowledge very front and center. He's a very learned doctor, and I have a lot of respect for his work. So you have a great combination going on with your work. And I also would say that I use the product. So I would know if it's on it or not. I test every product that I have on my website and advertise. So, and I interview the CEOs and the scientists. So if it's on my website, you can pretty much depend that I use it. And so I just want to make that clear. Anyway, thanks for watching and take care and have a beautiful day.
Very beautiful day.
All right, take care. And I'm
You're
going to
awesome,
read the
Carrie.
credits, so don't worry about that. Just you can go
Okie
ahead and
dokie.
back out here. We'll close this down.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Awesome. You have a great day.